pal? Fourth KReCHeR, Shannon Smith edition, 27 ounce, half ounce of inload, brand new in the wrapper, 240 stamped, USSSA.
There's your stamp. Headbangers. Gotta love them.
In the wrapper, just like the other bat that just exploded. Just a testimonial, oh God.
Oh.
A testimonial of durability is okay.
Yeah, I'll take that for you, pal.
The tree huggers get upset when we throw our
Hey,
bags.
trust me, I'm not trying to throw it everywhere. The wind is doing more than anything.
Hi, Mother Truckers. Here me and Pat are getting another bat review in. On this same windy day from the War Stick bat review that's also featured on the channel. Be sure and go check that one out if you want to see an absolute disaster. Big thanks to Headbanger Sports for making this bat review possible for you guys. If you're interested in one of these, be sure and hit me up after the video's over. I can get you a pretty good price on these compared to what they're listed at for retail prices. Back hitting on the old baseball field here. That is 325 in the corners and 350 in center. And you can hear the wind whipping through the camera. I'd say it's blowing in at a steady 10 to 15 miles an hour most of the time. I do wish we would have hit this bat on a day where the wind wasn't blowing that hard. Pat just has power for absolute days. And this bat hit well. I even left a few in here just so you could see. You could just see like the trajectory in the beginning exit speed off the bat of some of these balls that Pat hit. They were just going to be absolutely destroyed, and the wind just parachuted him and just knocked him right down. It kind of stinks, but you know, sometimes you don't get to pick the conditions you hit in. You just got to get out and get the content grind in. And I feel like you guys are going to start calling me out for hitting on days that the wind blows, like doing it on purpose. Seems like I can't catch a break, right? We're hitting a solid mix of Evil BP52 pluses, Evil BP rockets, as well as some Evil NSA icons and some Deadly Thunder Z and Pro-Ms as well. Just a mix of everything. These bats do a pretty good job of performing well out of the wrapper, so there was no need to do any kind of specific break-in type of thing with these. And just reading a few specs straight from the website here. Again, as mentioned, I did talk about some of this in the intro there, but I just want to cover it again. This does feature a 12.5-inch barrel, and we did feel the performance on it was really good. It did have the typical 240 kind of feel where the performance was really, really good in a small spot and then was decent everywhere else. This thing was still decent if you missed and never killed your hands or anything like that either. It does feature a half ounce of inload, and I do feel that is a true assessment. This features the X434 barrel technology, which allows for better barrel flex and performance. So maybe that's why we were getting some of the more consistent performance, would be a really good way to put it. It would be more consistent performance out of this bat than some of last year's 240s from the Mike and Orth gang. This features the Flex 75 handle, which allows for more whip and a better feel. And not really sure where the whip thing comes from there. The Worth and Mike and short barrel stuff has always been really smooth through the zone anyway. I didn't feel any flex or any kind of weird feedback or anything like that. This feels just like the rest of the handles have over the last few years. And it is a two-piece bat, is approved for USSSA, NSA, and ISA play, and is made in the good old US of A. Now let's head over to the BP Hero Labs, and let me talk nerdy to you. Here we are checking this thing out on the compression tester when it was brand new. And then after Pat and I got about 80-ish swings on this thing, it didn't take a ton of swings to get a good review in with this. It hit well pretty much from swing one, so that was nice. It was going to be a short break-in period for these. And here's the compression after we got done with it. And to see it hitting this well and still testing high enough that you feel like you can put a few rounds of BP on it and be okay with it passing if you need it to pass compression somewhere is a really good thing. And also, here it is on the scale for those that do get worried about that stuff. And if anybody does ask, here's a look at this thing. Yes, there is a rubber piece around the connection, but it's nothing more than cosmetic. As you can see, you peel it back, it looks just the same as all the other stuff has from them for years. And now, back to the field.
Oh, baby. Wow. That was a Pro-M too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost felt real good.
We're going to have to invite Pat back to hit on a day that we're not on a baseball field or the wind's not blowing in. Both of those balls are probably 360 plus.
Felt so good. Put that one out. That one cleared it.
All right, so if you've been here before, you know what we're going to do here. We're going to do our compression tester stuff and our scale weight stuff and all that jazz, and then come back here and kind of talk about what we thought of this thing, right? So first thing I did was send a message to Pat, and I said, hey, tell me what you think of this thing, and I'll read it for the viewers. And what Pat had to say about this bat was, it is definitely hot right out of the wrapper, and the feel is amazing. The whole barrel felt soft, basically a huge sweet spot. The knob and the grip felt great in my hands, especially for hanging a pinky and hitting as much as we did, virtually no damage to my hands at all. And it's also nice to see that you can take some hard BP with it and not worry about durability, unlike some of the earlier 240s and some of the other brands out right now. And I will say that I do agree with Pat. I'm not going to go out and say that these are like the most durable thing ever, but we're kind of seeing some of bat companies getting back to tiptoeing the line of a handful of BP and these things are failing, right? But this one didn't. It did perform well. The feel was good, and it's definitely more of a consistent performer than some of the other U-Trip bats that have been out. Some of them have been known to be a little bit unforgiving when it comes to barrel performance, but this one did really well. The performance wasn't quite up there with some of the other stuff that we rave about, but this is definitely something you could consider having in the bag. I could swing this in a game and feel good about doing it. No question about it. So with all that said, thanks for stopping in and checking us out on this windy-ass day of BP. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks to Pat for coming out and hitting with us. Thanks to you guys for watching the video and all of your support. Swing hard in case you hit it. BP here will catch you next time. And also, real quick note, big thanks to Pat's old lady, Kim, for coming out and shagging both of these rounds of BP before she even took a single swing. The real MVP of this whole operation.
It went well, too.
Yeah, it did.